Merry Brewmas, everyone! To show my appreciation for the immense amount of support you've all given me in 2021, I wanted to do something special for you guys this holiday season. So, welcome to the 12 Days of Brewmas, where I'll be posting a Christmas-themed video every single day for 12 days straight, and at the end of the 12 days, I'll be picking 4 random subscribers to choose whatever they want from the Reddit Brew merch store. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed and comment a Christmas tree emoji in the comments below. I will also be donating all profit I earn from my merch store for the month of December to the food bank to help families in need in my area. Anyways, I have yet another Hellmark story for you all, the mascot of Brewmas at this point. So if you haven't watched the other Hellmark stories yet, I will link them now and in the pinned comment below. But without further ado, let's merrily prance on into the JUSTNOMIL story. Hellmark and the wedding shower. I am back, my lovelies, with food for the llamas and the much anticipated wedding shower story. I meant to have this up much sooner, but life got in the way. However, Hellmark has been extra annoying lately, prompting me to get to the story of my wedding shower off my chest. To start, my husband and I both agreed we didn't want bachelor or bachelorette parties for various reasons, mainly because of my husband's crazy work schedule, and I didn't want the added expense. My husband and I's friends rallied together, along with our parents, and decided to throw us a wedding shower / bachelor / bachelorette party. It was basically another excuse to party, and since my husband had a few military buddies that weren't able to be there for our wedding, it was a way to let them celebrate with us. Now, this whole thing was a complete surprise to my husband and I, for I assure all of you that if I had known, I would have been much more selective about the guest list. Most of my friends had yet to have been exposed to the brand of crazy that is Hellmark, and saw no reason to deny sister and Bill when they asked to include her in the celebrations. My best friend for over 10 years, a fierce mocha goddess blessed by both Aphrodite and the Valkyrie, who is my soulmate. We are basically the female JD and Turk from Scrubs. Our husbands accept that we are a package deal. Tried to warn them, as I text her every day, and she had documented proof of my crazy encounters with Hellmark, but alas, it was too late. Our friends organized it, so we thought we were going to celebrate one of my husband's friends' 30th birthday on a party on his property in the backyard. Neither of us suspected a thing, and it was actually a delightful moment to see all of our friends and some family there. As you all know, our wedding was a huge affair, so it was kind of nice to be able to celebrate with the closest friends and family. There was a ridiculously large picture of my husband and I from when we went on a group trip to Disney World where he proposed to me, and honestly, it was super sweet that I ended up tearing up. They decorated the backyard beautifully with fairy lights and lanterns, tiki torches, barrels of apple cider, and kegs of beer, as well as a bunch of tables with a small dirt dance floor and a stage for a band. Everyone basically swarmed us with hugs and congratulations. In the midst of the warm feelings of love and happiness, I didn't hear the cloven hooves or notice the smell of sulfur to realize that Hellmark was there until it was too late. Her spindly arms crushed me to her Shalimar-drenched, bony body, gripping me with a strength that comes only from demons. Congratulations! I am so happy for you two! Okay guys, it was loud there, but not so loud that warranted for her to basically scream in my ear. Her words were slightly slurred, which isn't unusual in my family since they are party people, but I had never seen Hellmark even tipsy, let alone to a point where she slurred her words. I didn't have much time to focus on this as she was quite literally pushed away by my uncle, who proceeded to pick me up and spin me around, and the rest of my friends and family. We had a barbecue buffet and an open bar and some dancing to the band. and in the beginning, it was great. I was surrounded by friends the whole way through. They had a slideshow of hilarious pictures from mine and my husband's relationship, ridiculous games like making a wedding dress out of toilet paper, and a bunch of other goofy things that is very typical of our family and friends. My maid of honor and my husband's best man had microphones and were directing everyone to sit in their seats and made a whole big show for us. It was ridiculous and sweet, and I still watch the videos from that day and laugh. They had put a crown and tiara on my husband and I, and had us sit next to the stage, while all our friends took some time to say a few words to us about our wedding and the fact that we were getting married. My maid of honor and goddess bestie teamed up to control the people who got to use the mics to say a few words. Goddess bestie was a bridesmaid, as she had been pregnant for most of my engagement and didn't have the energy to take on the duties of MOH, but she still helped as much as she could, because she's a badass Valkyrie. MOH is our favorite no-nonsense Polish lady that is a corporate shark and ran that wedding shower like a boss. She made people wait their turn in a flawlessly classy way while acting as an MC with my husband's best man. What I did notice is a few times Hellmark got up to take the microphone and my MOH would introduce another person quickly and smoothly, not giving Hellmark a chance to make her entrance. Goddess Bestie told me later on that though MOH had never met Hellmark, she listened when Goddess Bestie warned her to not let her make a speech. My maid of honor of course said that she was bewildered that my sister's Mill would even want to make a speech, but thankfully took the advice to heart and kept an eye on her. When the last person finished their turn at the microphone, I spied Hellmark rushing up to it. MOH did as well, and pretended she didn't by saying loudly that the band had some songs for us, smoothly transitioning to the band playing some of mine and my husband's favorite songs, including a few Disney songs. I admit it, I'm a fanatic. That Goddess Bestie started a sing-along too. MOH and Bestie had thwarted Hellmark yet again, but alas, I would not be writing this out if they had been successful. Halfway through, I'll make a man out of you, Hellmark found her way to the stage and literally pushed the lead singer aside, stopping the music and making me look up in bewilderment and horror. I have seen the videos enough to remember mostly what she said. "I'm sorry for interrupting, but it's getting late and I am leaving soon and just wanted to get a chance to say a few words to the happy couple." Her words were definitely slurred, but all eyes were on her and Hellmark was soaking up the attention. "I have been so blessed with my son finding a woman to marry to add to our family, because I gained not just one, but 3 daughters and a son. And now I am so privileged to see OP, my youngest daughter, take the next step in her life with her husband." In addition to her slurred words, she was getting weepy and gesturing with her hands a lot. "I am so happy that husband will soon be a part of my family. I cannot wait to see you grow old together and one day be able to tell your kids how lucky they are to have you as parents. I cannot wait to see your children grow up with niece and nephew." She left out my brother and Syl's adopted kids. Hellmark is full on emotionally crying at this point, bringing out the tablecloth-sized lace handkerchief. "It is such a blessing to have you both in my life and to see such promise in you. I always hoped to have daughters, and you are." Hellmark's weepy speech was interrupted by MOH getting the other microphone and talking over her in her loud and commanding voice. Though she be but little, she is fierce. "Okay, wow, thank you Hellmark for those truly touching words. As you pointed out, it is getting late, and I think we all want to sing and dance as much as the night will give us." MOH smiled brilliantly at the crowd, and my husband's best man whispered frantically at the band. No one, save possibly Bill, expected what was to come next. Hellmark, still on stage, started absolutely shrieking, "I wasn't finished! I wasn't finished, you rude bitch!" Her microphone had been turned off, and when she realized that, she threw the microphone hard. Unfortunately, the heavy microphone managed to knock over one of the tiki torches right onto the table that held the photo booth style props. The table caught fire. At once, People sprang up to put the fire out. Hellmark kept shrieking. My MOH and I were yelling at her, which made my sister yell at me. And Bill was trying to get his shrieking, drunk mother off the stage. It was a shit show that really only lasted about 6 minutes. But, oh man, I still get a bad feeling in my stomach remembering that. It was just an angry and awful moment. Some of the props ended up being ruined, but they put it out pretty quick considering it was a table full of paper stuff, and that could have gone bad easily. Bill ended up taking a crying Hellmark home, and my sister was trying to do damage control for herself by apologizing to everyone and saying that Hellmark had too much to drink and never acts like this. I had one of those horrible premonition-like moments where I realized that the potential for Hellmark going to my wedding would be a disaster, and I told my sister that Hellmark was no longer invited to my wedding. Of course, that started a whole new bout of anger from her, with her saying that this isn't the worst thing that's happened at a family gathering when someone drinks too much. Yes, it was, and how I am being completely unreasonable. She also roped my MOH into this by saying she should have just let Hellmark say a few words, and MOH looked at her flatly and said she did say a few words, then threw a fit and started a fire. The mood of the wedding shower went way down then, with my aunts and uncles and cousins feeling awful for how things went and them trying their best to salvage it. Goddess Bestie went ahead and called Bill and had him come back to take sister home. My husband brought me a big glass of Angry Balls, Fireball whiskey, plus Angry Orchard apple cider. It tastes like liquid pie, and one for himself. My parents tried to calm me down by saying that she's family and these things happen, but I said she's not my family and didn't want her there. My Mill, the angel that she is, actually openly backed me up, saying that all this money is going to go into this wedding and the shit stain which is Hellmark will do something to ruin it. And so I ended up fighting with my parents too. The next day during brunch hour, MOH and Goddess Bestie show up at my apartment with bagels and fresh squeezed orange juice. MOH had her corporate "I'm going to fuck someone up" face. Over breakfast, she told me that they had visited my sister and Bill with my husband, and they all had a talk. Hellmark will not drink at the wedding. That is the only way she is allowed to come. I was still reluctant and unhappy, but MOH took me by the shoulders and said, "I promise you will have a beautiful and happy wedding. I won't let Hellmark or anyone else ruin it. If I have to tether her to Bill with a chain, I will. If I have to kick her out myself, I will. Nothing will ruin your day." I agreed to trust her, and she was true to her word. MOH and the whole wedding party went to great lengths to make my husband and my wedding amazing. Son of a nutcracker. A fire? A fire? The bitch started a damn fire? I guess the weirdest part of all of this is that it's not even OP's mill. It's her sister's mill. Literally not related to OP in any way. Look, my sister is my best friend, and I am friendly with her in-laws and see them fairly often. But my sister's mill does not consider me her daughter because that's weird AF. I have to keep reminding myself that this isn't OP's mill to put it into perspective of how unusual this behavior is, because when I read these stories, I can't help but end up feeling pity for Mill because I am so conditioned to this type of behavior from my own mother. My mom has never started a damn fire though, but damn. Mill needs to tone it down about 16 billion notches, especially regarding someone that isn't even technically her family member. The main thing I got from this story though is that Fireball whiskey and Angry Orchard is definitely what I'm going to be bringing to my family Christmas dinner. That sounds delicious. There are a few more Hellmark stories, so let me know if you're getting tired of these or want me to read more, because I definitely will read more for you beautiful lovelies if you want me to. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that other Hellmark story, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 7 of Brewmas. Bye!